Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Toby's Talk Show. And if you guys are following the channel, you may be wondering, why haven't I posted in a week? And that is because I was away. And I'm sorry for that. If you guys know, I do post pretty much daily. So yeah, we are back. I am back. And yeah, we are back on the daily grind. So today's video, we are talking about the draft lottery, and specifically Cade Cunningham. The draft lottery is tonight, so I thought it'd be, a great time to talk to people as to why Cade Cunningham is undoubtedly the #1 overall pick um, in the draft. So, you have other guys like Evan Mobley, Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, Jonathan Kuminga, and these guys basically are the top five, right? Like Cade, Mobley, Kuminga, Green, and Suggs. Probably like 95% chance those five will be the top five. Not in the specific order, but those five will be picked in the first five. And so the question is, why is Cade Cunningham undoubtedly, right? With Zion, everyone knew, right? You saw him play. But Cade Cunningham's a little different because not a lot of eyes were on Cade Cunningham like a lot of eyes were on Zion just because the hype wasn't there that much. And so, yeah, let me get into it. So I really like Evan Mobley. And I think he honestly could be the best player in this draft at the end of the day, right? When you look back in 20 years, I think Evan Mobley can be the best player. He's big, he can play the 4 or the 5, has a nice offense already, great defender. People calling him Chris Bosh 2.0. I think he could be better than that if he gets that 3 really going. That's the difference maker. But I think with Cade Cunningham, what's special about him, and I talked about this in many videos, the NBA is changing a little bit where the most valuable players are positionless players. And you didn't really get to see that back in the day, just because obviously the NBA was a lot different. When you look at the NBA now, you have Giannis, who could literally play the point, but is 6'10", and for most of these playoffs, he's been pretty much the guy with the ball in his hands. You have Jokic, who's a 7-foot center who could pass the ball amazingly, and you could honestly put him anywhere, at least on the offensive side. You have players like Simmons, 6'10", who's a point guard, even though he didn't have a great year. Zion, who could pretty much play the 3 through 5. You could go small ball with him. LeBron could literally be your point guard, shooting guard, small forward. Doesn't matter. Same with a lot of these players, right? If you could play defense, if you could guard any position and you could pretty much score at will, you are a positionless player. And with Cade Cunningham, he is that, right? And all these guys that I named, they are stars in this league. And I think Cade Cunningham will be a star in this league. And the reason why I think that is because on offense, you could put him at the 1, 2, 3, 4. He's a great ball handler, has great vision, can score at will. And he could, he could play the 4 on your team, but still be the, ball handler on your team. And on defense, the same thing. You see it with like Mikal Bridges, where he can literally guard any position, 1 through 5. I would say 5 is a bit tough for him, but 1 through 4 undoubtedly. And I think that's the same thing with Cade Cunningham. And it's very special when you can get a defender like that. And on the offensive side of the ball, like I just said, it doesn't matter where you put him; he could score against pretty much any position. Obviously, even with centers, if he can bring them out and then go drive into them. And I just think that's what makes Cade so special. And like I said, a lot of eyes weren't on him, so a lot of people don't have him as #1 undoubtedly. Just because, like I said, the media hasn't talked about him as much as they have done with previous #1 prospects. But look, Cade Cunningham has pretty much has every tool in the shed, and he can, he's Ben Simmons basically, a little smaller, but with an offense. And we've seen how good Ben Simmons is even without an offense, more specifically shooting the ball or scoring the ball. But Cade Cunningham, 6'8", like I said, like Ben Simmons, could play the 1 through 4 on offense and defense, but could actually shoot the ball nicely. And we all talk about Ben Simmons could be the next LeBron if he had a jump shot. But this Cade Cunningham guy, he's not as big as LeBron. But I would compare him to someone like Ben Simmons. And if you're comparing Ben Simmons to Bron, and I think Cade is Ben Simmons with a jump shot, what does that mean in the comparison of Cade to LeBron if using the transitive property, if anyone knows what that means. But yeah, guys, that's really it. I just wanted to quickly talk about why I think Cade's #1 player. Obviously, Evan Mobley's up there. I think Kuminga, Suggs are all great players, but they're not positionless like Cade, right? They're not as big as Cade. They don't have as great of ball handle as Cade. They don't have as great of pass vision as Cade. They don't have as good of defense as Cade. Actually, it's not like Mobley's probably a better defender overall. But Cade could guard the 1 through 4, unlike most of these guys. And I think that's what really sticks out with Cade. And I think he'll be a star. You could come back to this video if he's a complete bust, but I really can't see how he could be that. And that's really it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below on Cade Cunningham, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.